Well, let's turn to some developing news this evening. Pope Francis is gravely ill in hospital after his pneumonia worsened at the weekend. Joining us now is Tess Livingstone, chief lead writer at The Australian, who's written extensively about the Pope, and she joins us from Brisbane. Tess, thanks for your time. The world's 1.3 billion Catholics will obviously be praying Pope Francis recovers. But he is 88 years old. His condition is critical. He signed a resignation letter back in 2013, I believe, to be activated by the Vatican's Secretary of State in the event he was ever incapacitated. Is there a chance that could be enacted, and how would that work?
James, I don't know. There's no real precedent for it. The only resignation in the last 600 years really was Pope Benedict 13 years ago, which led to Francis being elected. From what we're hearing from Rome, the Pope has accepted that the end of his earthly life is very close, so it probably won't be necessary, I would think.
So what happens then here, Tess? What would be happening behind the scenes in the Vatican, and what's the process given his condition?
Okay, well, Danica, around the world, about 200 cardinals would be getting ready to fly to Rome. I'm quite sure that would be the case. Quite a few, but probably about 50 of them live in Rome as it is. There will be the first thing that happens after any pope dies is his ring and seal of office are destroyed, so they can't be misused. There would be 9 days of mourning and masses for the repose of his soul. He would be buried. This Pope has elected to be buried not in the Vatican, but in St Mary Major Basilica, a short distance away. It's a particularly beautiful basilica dedicated to Mary, the Mother of God. And then after that, the conclave would start, where around 138 voting cardinals, that's men 80 and under 80, would vote. The college all up is around 252, and the older ones will participate in the preliminary general conference meetings beforehand, and that promises to be extremely lively this time around.
Well, Tess Livingstone, we appreciate your time. Just very quickly, what's your expectation? What are you hearing regarding just how serious this is? You said the Pope has pretty much resigned himself, that he's approaching the end. I know no one can predict it. No one's got a crystal ball, but what would your expectation be
James,
this week?
He's 88. He's got pneumonia in both lungs, and he's been in hospital for at least a week, and they've said he'll be there for another week. I think it is very serious. That's footage of the Gemelli Hospital we're looking at now. I think it is very serious, and people are praying for him, if not for a recovery, for the grace of a happy death. And then they're also looking ahead to what happens after that.